Yo, what's going on, guys? It's J-Mass, and I'm back again with another dope Massachusetts adventure. In the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, there are a total of 351 individual municipalities. This includes 292 towns and 59 cities. And of these 351 towns and cities, I have personally been to a total of 347 of them. Now, I don't just mean that I've passively driven through most of them. No, like I have physically been to 347 of Massachusetts' towns and cities, interacting with each one through tourism, travel, exploring, and more. As of the recording of this video, there are only 4 municipalities that I have not yet visited. The two most glaring ones are Nantucket and Gosnold, mostly because you can only get to these towns by ferry or boat, and they're kind of a pain to access. The other two are Heath and Coleraine, and honestly, I don't really have a legitimate reason for not visiting these towns yet. I just haven't made it over there for whatever reason. Apologies to my 2 viewers from Heath and Coleraine. For about a decade now, it's been a goal of mine to one day visit all 351 towns and cities in the great state of Massachusetts. And as you guys can already see, I've gone pretty close to that goal. I only have 4 towns left to visit. But a lot of these towns and cities that I've explored have been off camera. Now, I want to change that, and I want to bring you guys along with me for the journey. I'm going to be starting a brand new series on this channel in the hopes of one day hitting all 351 towns and cities and bringing you guys along with me as we explore each town and city that the Commonwealth of Massachusetts has to offer. Massachusetts is a state that's very rich in history and culture, and in my opinion, all 351 towns and cities here in Massachusetts have something to offer, and they're all worth exploring and analyzing. And in this upcoming series, I'm going to be traveling to each and every town and city and showcasing it, putting a spotlight on that given town and seeing what it has to offer. In this series, I'll be traveling to all 351 municipalities within the state of Massachusetts with the express intent of reviewing each one in detail. We'll be learning about the history and culture, traveling to several sites of significance, both notable and obscure, and we'll be trying out many of the restaurants and delicious food that each town has to offer. At the end of each episode, I'll give the town a rating out of 5 and give you my overall experience and what I thought about it. Now, we'll be traveling all throughout Massachusetts to do this, from the coastline to the very western end to the interior. There's a lot to see, a lot to explore, and I hope you guys are as excited as I am to get out and start exploring. So the towns and cities that I review and explore on this channel are going to be chosen completely at random. I'm not going to be following any alphabetical or chronological order. I'm going to be choosing these towns and cities completely at random, review them, explore them, and show them off to you guys. And the other thing I want to mention is that I'm not going to be following any particular upload schedule. I'm just going to review them and explore them completely on a whim, show them off to you guys, and that's that. I'm not going to be following any particular uploading schedule. So this is going to be a very fun, off-the-cuff, on-a-whim type of series. I'd also love to connect with locals from the towns and cities that I'm reviewing to get a more unique and detailed perspective. So if you're a resident of Massachusetts and you're interested in giving me any information about the town or city you live in, feel free to DM me on my Instagram account @JMassOfficial. That's @JMassOfficial. I'll take any information you got about the place you live, especially any information or knowledge that only locals know about. Sadly, over the years, I've met many residents of Massachusetts who just don't get out and explore their own state. And as a fellow avid masshole myself, there is so much to do in the state. Trust me, I've been to 347 towns and cities, and there is so much to see and do in the state of Massachusetts. You could spend your entire life exploring the state and not see everything. We are by far the richest in history and culture of any other state in the United States, and I stand by that. There's a lot to see and do, and I'm going to prove it in this series as we explore all 351 towns and cities to showcase to you that this state truly has a lot to offer. So if you're from Massachusetts and you're trying to get out and explore your state some more, if you're from the other 5 New England states trying to get out and see what your neighbor has to offer, or if you're just from the United States in general and you're up here in Massachusetts trying to find out what there is to do, well, you can use this series as sort of a travel guide and see what sites there are to check out, what there is to do, and what food there is to eat in the 351 towns and cities that Massachusetts has to offer. Because trust me, as someone who's lived here my entire life, who's gone nearly everywhere, there is so much to see and do, and there is still so much to see and do that I haven't personally done yet. So I'm really excited to showcase it to you guys in this series. We have a lot to see here in the great state of Massachusetts. So if you guys are interested in seeing me, J-Mass, personally travel to all 351 towns and cities, well, feel free to join me on my upcoming series on the channel, Massachusetts Town Reviews. Now this is probably going to take many years, if not decades, considering the vast amount of towns and cities we have here, and I'm going to be going to every single one on a very infrequent uploading schedule, but it's going to be a really fun one. This is something I've wanted to do for many years now, and considering that I've already been to a majority of the towns and cities in Massachusetts, I feel like I have a pretty good idea of what to look out for. So again, if you're excited to check out all 351 towns and cities in Massachusetts, feel free to join me. I think every single town and city has something to offer, and I think the great state of Massachusetts is a beacon of history, culture, and amazing food. So let's get started.